Today I'm going to talk to you about sell-through rate and how I use it to set my prices. And also, before we get started, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below because I put out reselling videos about 2 to 3 times a week, and also smash that thumbs up while you're there. Alright, first let's understand what sell-through rate percentage is. The formula for sell-through rate percentage is the number of items that have sold over a certain time period divided by the number of items that are listed during that time period. So for eBay, when you go into the solds for an item, when you're looking at comps, those solds are for 90 days. So what typically people are saying is the sell-through rate that they're looking at is the 90-day sell-through rate because you're looking at the number of solds during that time period, which is 90 days. So typically a person's going to go and look up how many items have been sold, and that's going to be their top number. And then they're going to look at how many are currently listed, and that's going to be their bottom number. You're going to divide those two numbers, and that's going to give you your percentage. Anything over 1 is fantastic. That means you're flipping those items every 90 days. So everything that's listed should ideally sell within 90 days as long as you're not like gouging the market. But enough talk, let's actually go and look at some examples so you could see how you could look up sell-through rates yourself and how you could use it to price your items. All right, for the first example, I'm going to look up Mario Kart for the Wii. And if you look that up, you see up here, the total amount of listings are 1,935. It's a crazy amount of items that are listed. But let's go down, you scroll down here. Let's hit sold. If you look at the results here, it's saying that there's 6,900, almost 7,000 items that have sold right here of this Wii. Granted, you're gonna have some Wii U's that are sitting in there as well, but that is a crazy amount. That is 7,000 divided by 2,000, which is what we had for the listings. And your sell-through rate is, what, 7 to 2? So 350% sell-through rate when it comes to that. That means if you list it, it's going to automatically sell unless like you're like super gouging the market. Now that we see the sell-through rate, I'm going to look at the items that ended recently and see what the current market pricing is going. For an item like this, it's selling multiple times a day. So I want to see where the market is and see like how high and how low people are selling it for. All I'm going to do is scroll down. Now if you see regular Mario, it's selling at 26, 27, 30, 40 for this one, right? Complete. Brand news are going for 60. So you could see people are getting easily $30 for it. So if you want a quick flip, someone sold it way too low right there. If you want a quick flip on this, you could put it at 30 and you're probably going to sell it within the day. Since this is going for like 350% sell-through rate, I will typically price this one up a little higher unless I'm like really in a crunch for money. But I will go probably for this like $32.99, maybe even $40, somewhere in that range, whatever feels comfortable to me. Just based on my store, since I have a larger store, I have a lot of feedback. I have flawless feedback as well. I am highly trusted. I feel like I could get a really nice high price on the item as long as it's in good condition and my listing looks good. Now, if I was like a beginner store, I think I would still put it around that $30 and someone's going to still buy it for you even if you have really low feedback. Seeing an item like this of how quickly items are selling, I would definitely look at pricing it around that market price. Now let's look up like a shirt that's going to be pretty common out there. Let's look up men's Banana Republic Polo shirt. We'll just put Polo XL. Alright, so for this shirt, which is super common and is going to be a low ASP item, there are 1,252 that are listed. And I'm going to go down to how many have sold. And only 192 have sold. So this is one that does not have a very good sell-through rate based on the keywords that I put in there. So you would take 192 divided by what, 1,200. So you're like selling like 1 out of 6 every 90 days, which is not very good. So for an item like this, if I am first, if I'm going to sell it and I only have one of these, I'm going to look to sell it as low as possible just to get out of it. If I had multiple of these, I would look to bundle them to get a higher ASP from someone that's going to want to buy maybe a few for like for work or something like that. If this is an item that I need to sell, right, say I got for $1, I would look to sell this one based on where people are pricing them. Probably like $12 free shipping. Based on just like where it is, some of them are really low, but some of them you can see are getting like 15, but like this one's like a luxury touch. Some are 8, even brand news, but that's not really, that one's not a Polo. That one's getting 10, so I'd say 10 to 12 free shipping is where I would price that item, because as I said, the sell-through rate on this one was 1 sold for every 6 listed over 90 days, which is terrible, right? And that's really what it comes to a lot of like clothing. If you're not looking at really good sell-through rate items, if you're finding ones like this that are such a low percentage, right? 1 out of 6 is what, like 16% or something like that, that you're going to sell 16% of what's listed over a 90-day period. And you have to also factor in more inventories coming in during that 90-day period. So even if stuff is selling, more items may be coming in and coming in at a lower price. That's going to impact your ability to sell your item. So I would try to get in and out of this item super quick if I had it. I would price it $10 to $12 at the max, just to get it moving, churn some quick cash on it, and hopefully use that cash to find an item that has a better sell-through rate. Now let's quickly look at an item that has better sell-through rates, or should definitely have better sell-through rates, which is Pendleton plaid flannel shirts. I'm looking at for men's in wool and extra large. Looking at how many are currently listed, it is 180. I'll just scroll through these as I go down to look at current completed sales, and you can see prices are a little bit all over the place. The one thing you want to make sure for especially clothing is you may need to add additional keywords in there, right? There's going to be like board shirts, vintage ones. You just need to add in certain keywords that you know are going to help you get to a more ideal, or at least more exact sell-through rates. So for certain clothes you need to add more, but for this one I'm keeping a little more general here to see what the sell-through rate would be. As you remember, we were looking at 180 had been listed, 504 have sold, so that is a 5 to about 2 ratio when it comes to our 250% sell-through rate. So you're going to sell through all the inventory listed 2.5 times on eBay every 90 days, which is fantastic. So that's the type of sell-through rate that you want to look for when it comes to any item, let alone clothing, especially compared to that Banana Republic Polo that we were looking at just a few minutes ago. Now if I scroll through this, I'm going to look at what the comps are. Now remember of what items have sold. Some of them have different keywords in here, right? So this one's a board shirt, and board shirts definitely sell a lot better when it comes to Pendleton. So you just need to look at the different keywords, understand which ones that you have and are able to use for the item in hand. So if I was just looking at a very plain Pendleton plaid flannel wool men's extra large long sleeve shirt, and I wasn't differentiating in any way, I feel like I would be able to sell that for about $40, maybe $35 to $40 within a month's time frame. If you want to go for a higher range, right, knowing the sell-through rate on there, you could go higher and maybe you'll get it in 2 months. That's a nice thing about this sell-through rate right here, is that it should turn over and you should get some hits on it, especially if you put best offer on it. You will get hits on it based on the sell-through rates that you see here. So thank you guys for joining me on this discussion about sell-through rates and how I price items. I hope it helps you guys out a lot. Now remember, a lot of this is just based on your gut feeling of where you see the market is, what you are comfortable with for your store as well. Not everyone has the same methodologies of how they are pricing and what they want as their churn rate within their store. As I do this for my store, a lot of it is I'm looking to turn over my entire inventory every 3 months. So I'm ideally pricing an item to be able to sell within a month, knowing that I need that buffer for the next couple of months on there as well in case the market fluctuates. Thank you guys for joining me once again. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below for more reseller content. I put out videos every 2 to 3 weeks. Also hit that thumbs up for me. And down below in the comments, let me know what type of guidance or thresholds that you use for sell-through rates if you have in the past. If not, let me know what you're thinking about putting in place moving forward. Thank you guys once again. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.